statistics that are released, such as how, such as the dropout rate or the admissions rate, the satisfaction of students, and so forth. And so Rice was the closest to home to me. Vanderbilt was second closest home, but it was also unique in the major that it provided. Again, I'm going into environmental sociology. Also want to major in Spanish, and that's a different conversation. And so how I started my research was I wanted to go into a research institution. And so what you'll see with many of the colleges, which with its now 48 college partners, there's several liberal arts colleges, several research universities, and then there's also the engineering and IT institutes. And you'll get that general zone of the colleges you're looking for. And then as you sort of develop the way you want to pursue your academia, then you'll kind of hone in on which colleges there are. So this full ride, according to Questbridge, covers tuition, room and board, a couple of travel expenses. Again, that's different per university, and meal plans, health insurance, and there are a couple of things here and there that different universities will cover. Vanderbilt was very generous in providing me and Rachel with some extra funds for meal plans, and we're going to get a little bit of stipends throughout the year. And so those are things you'll figure out if you get matched. And because of my very specific circumstances, applying was a very hard thing for me to do. There comes a point when in the financials of stuff, you're asked information about your parents, what they provide, how much they're earning a year. And in my specific circumstance, I moved out right as I was starting this application. And my parents refused to give me information, and I didn't know what to do. And for a while, I thought I couldn't apply to Questbridge. But through the McKinney-Vento Act, I was classified as a independent homeless minor, and I was able to apply without their information. CSS profiles, another thing that you'll get into later about uploading information to iDoc. It does get complicated at some points, but if you get the help from the student advisors or the counselors from your schools, they will be loads and loads of help, or help from us if you need so. And so where I am now, because of Questbridge, I am a week away from moving to Nashville from East Texas. I am about halfway packed, and I'm kind of freaking out because the one part of me is not sure if I'm going to bring enough, and another part of me is thinking like I'm going to bring way too much. And these are completely normal things to think about as you're moving in. But in regards to that time when you're filling out the application, there's going to come a point in time where things get hard, things get really tough. And what I would recommend to you guys is to use that grit and that those hard times that you may encounter to your advantage. In the application, there are 2 essays, a personal statement and a topical essay, and a series of short answer questions. I love the short answers, but and the topical essay has a couple of different props to choose from, but the personal statement is what I thought was the most important, because it essentially what Questbridge looks at to deem you a finalist. And it is more or less a representation of who you are as a person, who you are as a student. And my personal statement was, in fact, the very first college English essay that I wrote. And it was the classic "Who am I" essay. It delved into a lot of my personal struggle of not really knowing who I am. And I wrote that essay in the third person because I had to dissociate myself in order to write such an emotionally sensitive thing. And what you'll find yourself doing sometimes is getting vulnerable or wanting to be vulnerable, or maybe not even want to be vulnerable at all. But when QuestBridge looks in and sees these specific students that want so much from their lives because they've worked so hard for it, they'll reward you for that. There's going to be there were some times when I felt like giving up my senior year. It got really hard. I didn't want to continue. I just felt like staying at home, and my mental health really took some crashes. And one other thing that QuestBridge provides is the community of students that are going through the exact same thing you are. I have several friends on Facebook now. I have Rachel, and we go through these experiences together. And what that does is it collectively makes us stronger. And so now we are in a place where I am in a place, I am secure enough to be a student that is willing to take responsibility and be sure in the things he does, as well as helping others that need it. This application has to be submitted by September 27th this year. Take your time. There will be points where you can get a whole bunch going, especially before the school year, if your school year has not started already. There's going to be some points where it feels like I haven't looked at this application in a week and I'm not going to get it turned in time. It's totally okay. As long as you kind of fill in where you can. If you need help, we're always here to help. And just be certain that if you put in the hard work and if you get the help that you need, you'll be okay. You don't have to do the national college match that binds you to early admission. You could do the regular decision, as several students did. We have some Vanderbilt students that are coming from the regular decision matching program. And so you've got lots of leeway, you've got time for research, and it may seem like at points where you have to choose a specific one. It's not necessarily how it works. You're given a broad range, select maybe which would appeal to you more, and just go with your gut. The best advice that I can give you is, if you're doing this by yourself, or if you're getting the help that you need, or if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for more help. Keep going, and by the end of it, it will all pay off.
Thank you so much, Christian. I will make sure to, if that's okay, if you could put your Instagram or your email in the chat so they can contact you with anything going on with the QuestBridge application. But thank you so much for your story. It was very helpful. So I'm going to share my screen now so we can get started with the actual QuestBridge application and the actual things and everything. So let me see. Okay. Can y'all tell me if y'all see my screen or not?
Okay. Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, can y'all also hear me? Okay. Cool. And also, if y'all want to ask me any questions while I'm going through the QuestBridge application, please feel free. I do not mind if you cut me off, okay? Because this is all about y'all. This is all about preparing y'all for the QuestBridge application. And I personally wish I had somebody that was willing to prepare me for this application. So I'm going to go through like a few of the PowerPoint slides that I have. So I made this PowerPoint with a person before. So, okay, this is a picture I took in front of my teacher's classroom. So I matched with Vanderbilt through the National College Match, and I am a QB Scholar of 2021, just like Christian is. And I put my email, my Instagram, my Twitter. So if you guys need to take a picture of it, you can. So I'm gonna leave this here. If you need my contact information, please, please, please do not hesitate to send me an email, shoot me a text. If you need help with anything on the application, please contact me. Please contact Christian. We are here and of service to you so that you can have an opportunity to get what we have, to go to a college completely free. Okay. So what is QuestBridge? So today is basically an introduction day, and then we're going to go through a few of the actual QuestBridge application information, because I just want to do an introduction with you guys, talk to you about the program, everything like that. So QuestBridge is basically a program that connects like the top achieving students from low income backgrounds with top colleges and universities and opportunities. Okay, so the breakdown is as follows. This is what the different categories that they have to see if you can qualify for QuestBridge, you know. So it's an organization that specifically targets high achieving low income students, typically under the 65,000 income level, but there is no strict cutoff in income. So if you earn more than 65,000, I would still implore you to apply to this application. And it also provides a lot of resources for first generation students. So if you're the first student in your family to go to college, then this is very helpful in providing information opportunities for you. And it connects you with other students and top colleges. So currently there are 48 partners. 3 were added this year that are new. So you guys will get a chance to apply to those 3 new colleges. And just like Christian said, it connects you with other students that are going through the same struggle with the colleges at the same time as you. So here's like all the QuestBridge college partners. You see, we have different things like Stanford's here, Swarthmore, Tufts, Northwestern, University of Chicago, University of Notre Dame. A lot of the Ivy Leagues are here. So if you're into a lot of the Ivy Leagues, if you're into the top 20 schools, they're all here for you. Last year at Smyrna High School, we had 3 people that matched. One got in, me. I got into Vanderbilt University through the match. One person got into Stanford through the match, and another person got into Swarthmore College through the match. So I want to be very transparent and clear with all of you guys that QuestBridge does not directly give scholarships. They connect students to the universities and the admission officers, and they will be giving you these scholarships. Now, QuestBridge, when you get your form basically breaking down what the costs are and how much they're giving you, they will give you a little bit of money with the QuestBridge scholarship, but it's the college that gives you like the full ride and everything. So different resources you can do this month, next month. I would implore you to take these resources into consideration as you're applying. So there are different virtual meetings with university admin where you can meet different administrators that will tell you about the decision process and how they grade the college papers and how they do the applications in total. And there are essay workshops, which you can do where you can go on a Zoom and learn how to write an essay, personalize your personal essay, making it great so that you have a chance to get into this program. And also exposure to other programs. There's College Prep Scholars. I know there's other different programs that you can get into to help you more with this process. Now, we call this thing the NCM application, which is the National College Match. So through the National College Match, you can apply for free to the nation's best colleges and be considered for early admission and a full 4-year scholarship. Like Christian said, full 4 years means tuition, books, supplies, in certain cases, travel expenses, like if you're traveling from another city, then they'll pay for gas, or if you're traveling from another state altogether, they'll pay for like your plane ticket, depending on how close you are to the school. So it's depending on that. And also it covers your, like he said, your meal plan, textbooks, everything. So the National College Match, you guys will complete senior year. So I know you guys are seniors. So you can apply up to 15 college partners with one application for early admission. Last year it was 12 for us, but this year, since they added on 3 more college partners, they saying you can apply up to 15 this year. And what early admission is it's a full ride, and if you get accepted to one of the colleges on your ranking list, then you are binded to go to that school. Early admission is also another name for early action. So just laying out the terms, y'all will see as you apply to these colleges. You can also apply through regular decision. If rejected, that's your second opportunity. Like Christian said, if you don't want to do the match, you are totally fine to do regular decision. Regular decision, I know it covers at least 80% of the funds for your year, and it's still a lot cheaper than say you going to a college in state like MTSU, because I know people who apply to MTSU and are going to MTSU, but MTSU does not give fully enough money, in my opinion, because throughout their 4 years it's about $40K. They're only giving them half the tuition, and that's also dependent on like ACT scores and stuff like that. So applying to this like is a great chance, because it's actually essentially more cheaper to go to a top institution through this program than it is to go in state, but it's whatever you're comfortable doing. It's whatever you want to spend your time on. Anything you want to do is fine. It's tailored specifically for your low income status. When you apply, there are no application fees. Most of these applications, if you're applying to top colleges, they're like $45 a application, and that's really helpful especially for me. Last year I applied to 4 colleges through this National College Match. What would have been $200 for all of it, it was nothing. It was $0 to just apply. And there's also different financial information resources, so you can complete financial aid, the FAFSA, which is very important. That has to be completed as soon as possible so you can get the amount of money and funding you need. Okay, so here's something I like to call the QuestBridge Journey Map. This is literally like a map, basically telling you a timeline through which the application starts, begins, everything like that. So late summer, right here, you start a free online application. September 27th is the deadline to submit that application. So please get it done. Do not rush. Take your time, but also understand the deadline of it. And then after that, October 13th, you can start ranking up to 15 college partners. Now, I ranked 4, but you're perfectly fine with ranking how many of the college partners you want to. October 19th is very important right here. That's when you are notified if you are a finalist for this application. If you are a finalist, great. That means you submit something called the match requirements. which are due November 1st. And the match requirements are basically like it could be a school of choice form, it could be a major declaration form, different things like that. That's what that is. Also, if you are not a finalist, you can also do regular decision through this. So you can do that, and that's also an option for you. Then December 1st, which is the big day where you find out if you were matched to your college. Now, through the ranking system, you can either be matched to your top choice, or you can either be matched to any of the ones on your ranked list. So if you're a match, congrats, you're admitted early with a full 4-year scholarship, and you attend your college partners in the fall of 2023 and join the Questie Scholars Network. And if you're not matched, that's okay. You can still review your admissions opportunities and next steps from ranked schools, so you can apply regular decision. So if you're not matched, then December 11th is the deadline to submit the QuestBridge regular decision form to be considered for admission and generous financial aid to additional college partners. Okay. So in the year 2021, this was my match year. So I hope you guys can see all the matchies posters. I made my poster, which was very exciting because I do not know how to draw, but it was okay. It still came out great. In the year of 2021, 1,674 students matched with top colleges through QuestBridge. I would say this, QuestBridge is very, very competitive. There was about, I want to say there was like 10,000 applications this year, and only half were selected as finalists. And then half again were matched. So it is very competitive. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that is okay, because you still have a chance through regular decision. 95% of students came from a household income under 65,000, and 81% of students were the first generation in their families to attend college. Okay, so let's see. I am going to switch screens for a second. Full screen. Okay. So okay, so can y'all guys see this? See my screen still? Is it good? Okay, cool. If you guys want to take a picture of this, because we're going on this in a second. So this is the website where you go on to it. So you go to questbridge.org, click login, create a new account, start a new application. This should have said, I made this application for college prep scholars and also National College Match. So as National College Match is open, you can do this now. Just let me know when y'all are finished taking a picture. If y'all want to mute, because I can't see, y'all cameras.
I finished taking a picture.
Okay.
I've got it too.
Okay, thank you. All right, so if you guys have any questions, please use my email, contact me on Instagram. I will be there for you all month. I don't care if it's 3 a.m. If you're doing this at 3 a.m, please text me. Please text me, because I probably am awake at 3 a.m, at 5 a.m. Please text me. So also, if you need additional assistance, so I want you to contact Miss Cummings. I don't know if you both go to Smyrna High School, but for the ones who do, please contact Miss Cummings and Miss Johnson with assistance completing your essays, because I know those were two people that really helped me in completing my essay. Miss Johnson, I put her email here. Miss Cummings, I put her email here. So if you want to take a picture of that, see me. I don't know if you, what school do you go to?
Oh, I'm from Houston, Texas, and I go to
Oh,
like
okay.
a
Okay,
really
so Sergey, if you want to take a picture of this. So these were two people that really helped me on my application and doing the essay. So I believe Miss Johnson, you could see her in the library on Mondays, Thursdays. She's the gifted facilitator. You could see her during lunch. You could see her before school in person. And then Miss Cummings, she's an English teacher. She teaches dual enrollment English. So you can see her in person as well before or after school. But if you guys want to contact me or Christian about the essays, please text me. If you want to send me your document for your essay, please, I will make corrections, all of that, different things like that. And yeah, so let me get started to what we actually came here for. Okay, the actual application. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys have a computer, if you want to use your phone. So we're going to be going through the actual QuestBridge application step by step. I won't be doing it all today because I know you guys have places to go and I want to make this as quick as possible, but also make sure you're getting what you need to get out of this. So can y'all guys see my screen? See the QuestBridge thing? Okay, cool. So let me go. So you go to QuestBridge, questbridge.org. If y'all want to go on now, because we're gonna do it together, so it's not a hassle. So log in. Okay, I already have 2 applications that I did from last year, but I'm going to start a new one. So there's a button that says start new application. If you're new to the site in general, you can click sign up and sign up with your email, make a password for you so you can get different dates and stuff. They have different Zoom meetings on. Check out the website, scroll through it. They have different Zoom meetings for you to look at these stuff. Okay. And so I'm going to create an application. Okay. Let's see. So the application components are due by September 27th, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So what's included is this an online application, 2 teacher recommendations. Please get your recommendations beforehand. Please get them way before. I would start asking teachers for recommendations now. Please get at least 2, and please get it from teachers that you participate in class a lot, that actually see you as a good student. Take that all into consideration when getting the recommendations. There's high school transcripts. So I would ask your counselors about getting a high school transcript, or you can go on whatever platform you see your grades and stuff to get that. School reports. The school report you have to get from your high school counselor. So I would make an appointment as soon as possible to get that. And again, you can also peruse the website, get any test score reports if taken. So if you took the SAT, the ACT, please get a test score report. I know you can go on to the ACT official website and the SAT official website, or they send it to you in mail and you can upload it as a PDF. So yeah, let me just start this off. Okay. So if you guys want to, listen to this video later, that kind of stuff, please do it. I think this is very important to listen to this video about applying Okay. Yeah, it's all taken out. Okay. So let's get back to it. As I was saying, yeah, your address, permanent address, where you live, your country you live in, your city, state, where you live right now, put that in. And then you have, your mailing address. Your mailing address is the same as permanent. So right here, when you see same as permanent, when you click that, it'll enter in the same details as you just put in for your permanent address right here. Then your email address, where you want the updates sent to you at that. And then your phone number, your mobile phone number. So if you can opt into receiving texts from QuestBridge about different reminders and tips to stay on track, different updates. Right here is the biographicals information section, where you put like I'm thinking your sex assigned at birth, which is your legal sex. And then if you want to put like your gender identity, if you're non-binary, things like that, then you put that in there. Your pronouns, the whole list of pronouns, what you want to put there. And then your birth date, birth country, birth city. For me, I was born in the Bahamas, so if you're born outside of the United States, make sure to get your birth country. If they have a city, put that. If they don't, that's totally fine for you to just put your birth country. Your language you speak at home, the years you lived in the United States, where did you grow up most of your life, basically. Which option they have: rural, suburban, urban. I'm guessing suburban is basically more in the country, urban is more city, rural is in between. So if you guys have questions, please cut me off. The citizen information, if you are a citizen, then here you can put that. If you are a citizen in another country, please put that. If you have dual citizenship, please put that. Your race, there's different race, ethnicity questions. If you identify as Hispanic or Latino, if you're Black, Native Hawaiian, all of that. Okay, so I know I'm not going too much. I'm just going to go through personal and family so far, so you guys know. But again, please text me. Please text Christian if you need anything. So these additional details, basically, they're asking like your accomplishments, your achievements, things like that. Basically, your background. If you commute to school, how you commute, different things like that. If you travel around, if you don't stay in one specific area. If you are free and reduced lunch, please put that. Assets in your account mean this of course means if you have a checking account at the bank, how much money you have in that, that's what that is. Commute and residence, basically how many times have you moved in your life? Basically talking about from city, from house to house, different things like that. If you live in more than one home on a regular basis. If you attend school in person, how long is the trip from house to your school? Or if you ride the bus, how much is that trip? This is the family education background section. Basically, it's talking about if your parents have graduated from college, like what degree do they have? If they have a high school degree or if they have like a bachelor's, any degree. I would ask your parents about this, And if you have any siblings that also are currently applying for the National College Match, they want to know that as well. So other application IDs, of course, if you're applying not in QuestBridge, if you're applying through the Common App and you're doing the Common App and you're also doing QuestBridge, put your Common Application ID in that, put your coalition ID. I wonder if I can let me look up the actual website so you guys can see. Okay, so this website is the Common App. It's also how you apply to colleges if you're applying to colleges that are in the Common App, but not just the QuestBridge application. So that's the website. Also, this is the section where it says how you heard about QuestBridge, whether you heard it from a mentor, teacher, counselor, peer, QuestBridge scholar, alumni, different things like that. So the family section, basically you're explaining about your background with your family. So these are required. Answer these questions are required even if you do not currently live with your parents, you have no contact with them, or they are deceased. So you can explain any circumstances, if you don't live with your parents, you don't have contact with them, anything. This is the section to explain all of that. So you put parent 1. If you have like me, when I did the application last year, I had a dad, I had a stepmom, so I put my dad as parent 1 because he was like the primary one in my family that was here. And then parent 2, I put my stepmom. I think I put that. I may be wrong. I put parent 2 as, I put parent 2 as my deceased mom, and then explain the circumstances. Basically, like my mom died from breast cancer when I was 11. So I have a stepmom. Basically, that's what I put in the circumstances section up here. And if you have like foster parents, put that too, that are taking care of you. It's all different kind of situations for different people. Okay. Sibling. Okay, so the sibling details, you add all of your siblings. Let me just see what this is, Okay, so you put your siblings, their first name, last name, relationship to you, their age, highest level of schooling, if they have a job, put that. If your sibling is a QuestBridge scholar, put that as well, different things like that. Yeah, so that was the first part of it. Of course, I'm not going to do everything today. This is supposed to be like sections and things like that. So okay. So if you guys have any questions for me, you can say them now. I know I went through this kind of fast, but please tell me if I need to slow down the next time. As I go on, like this is also very new to me, like starting this. I just started this 2 months ago as a program that I wanted to reach different students like you that were applying. I wanted to share my personal story as well as Christian shared his. my birth country, I grew up in Nassau, Bahamas. If y'all don't know that, it's a beautiful country, things like that. And I moved over to the US in 2007, so I was 4 when I moved over here. Um I was always a high achieving student, and that never went away from me. I was always a smart person. And I remember the saddest moment was when my mom died from breast cancer, fourth stage breast cancer at 11 years old. That was probably the one of the darkest times of my life, because I feel like I couldn't do anything without her. That I was just this little child and who had lost their mom, and like everyone was feeling sorry for me, and I just didn't want anyone to feel pity for me and all that. So yeah, and what I ran to was really like focusing on school. I really liked music. It's always been a part of me. I really love singing and everything. I discovered what I wanted to be in seventh grade. I wanted to be a veterinarian at first because I just loved dogs. I loved petting them and everything. They were just the cutest thing to me. But something was wrong, because I knew I liked it, but I didn't know why I liked it particularly. And then I discovered being a general surgeon while working on a breast cancer project in seventh grade after my mom died. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I really like doing this, and I really want to create a cure for breast cancer and everything. So I focused most of my studies around chemistry, biology. I was always a big old science nerd. I loved science. I love seeing different biological systems, everything. And so when I found Questbridge, I feel like I was going through a rough period in my life 2 months before. Just everything was going wrong for me. Um, my family was not at the best at the time that I was applying, and that really put a stress on me applying to applications and applying for scholarships and applying to colleges, and it was a very stressful time for me. And I found Questbridge because one of the seniors that went to my school, and how I heard how she got into Vanderbilt and how she was studying pre-law, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can do this too. I can do this as well." So I worked every single day. If it wasn't like 1 hour, it was probably like 10 minutes on a certain section, you know. As Christian said, you can do like things in like an hour and just write, or you can do like 10-minute blocks, things like that, as long as you get it done. And I spent every day in my English teacher, Miss Cummings' room, and also with my avid teacher, Miss Johnson. She helped me a lot with my essay and everything. And I was feeling a little doubtful, but I was hopeful, because around my school, I know it's a lot of stigma towards people getting low ACT scores and how they're only going to go to these in-state colleges. And I tell everybody this all the time. I got a 21 in the ACT, and I applied with that 21 ACT score. And I had a 10 on the SAT, and I applied with that SAT score. And I just took a leap of faith, because I remember how everyone in my senior class around me was like, "What? You had a 21? Like, there's no way you can apply to these colleges." And I remember hearing different voices in my ear telling me, "Oh, you should apply to more, you should rank more schools." When I was ranking 4, others were ranking 10, others were ranking 12. And everyone was like, oh, Rachel, you should rank more because, there's no way you'll get in with a 21 ACT score. And for a long time, I listened to those voices for a long time for me. But I had, I'm a Christian. I have my faith. So I believed in, God to help me through everything. And once I did that, the results showed itself. On December 1st, I found out I got matched, not to, you know, not to my last ranked school, to my number one ranked school. And it was the craziest experience in my life. I remember I was in Miss Stutz's room. I was supposed to open the application with my family. So I had to do like a little fake reaction video for them when I got home. But they sent me an email. It was the most like funniest thing. They sent me an email about it saying, congratulations on you matched. I was like, Miss Stutz, like, oh my gosh. Like they told me I matched and I broke down crying in tears. And I ran through across the hallway. Like I literally ran, and it was just the most exciting day of my life because I knew that if I believed in this application to get me through, if I knew I spent this time on my personal essay, I don't have to listen to anyone in my year talking about I cannot get into a top college with a 21 ACT score, because I'm here to tell you that you can get into a top college with a 21 ACT score. It can be a 20 ACT score. You can get in with that, and I really just had to believe that for myself, because there was a lot of people with like 28s, but they were still going to UTK and MTSU. Those are good schools, But I just had to believe that, oh my gosh, I was going to get this. And I believe when as Christian said, I did not know about Vanderbilt before applying to the application. I hadn't even seen it in Nashville, because I live 40 minutes from Nashville in Smyrna, Tennessee, and I went to Fisk University for a tour, but I never got to see Vanderbilt, but I was stuck on this HBCU because I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great opportunity for me and everything. But I realized I did get the acceptance from Fisk, but they were offering me just full tuition and not the books and supplies, not like a full ride. And I told myself before I even got Questbridge, if a school wanted me, they would pay for me completely. And that was just my values toward it. That if they wanted me, they would pay for me to go. And I'm glad I stuck with that, because I got to meet such a wonderful community in the Questbridge Scholars Program. Like I got to meet people like Christian. We have literally a whole Questbridge group chat just talking about our experiences and going into Vanderbilt and different information resources we need to help each other for moving day. I'm so glad that I found that supportive community, because I feel that was what really got me through in the Questbridge application. So yes, I would say please apply to this organization. And even if you don't apply, do your research to with other schools. I know at my high school, they focus on applying to in-state colleges, but I'm sitting here like, what about the out-of-state colleges? Trying like tell students to research about the different colleges, because there are so many colleges in different states. And while I understand it's good to go to like Motlow because it'll get you 2 free years, or go to something like MTSU because at least it'll get you some money, and there are a lot of colleges that will give you like 60% of a scholarship. That is more money, out of state than it is in state. So that's what I would, suggest for y'all to do. I also, if you guys could put down your emails in the chat, I'm going to send you guys like different resources and different items. Like I have a QuestBridge Master Doc, which has like different prompts of the application for all the schools and everything. So if you guys want to put that down, and that concludes this QuestBridge meeting. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Christian. Thank you. And yeah, we'll be moving in next week. So it's honestly very crazy that we're even about to be college students, but yeah. Um so yeah. Please text me, please send a message to Christian if you need any help with this. It will be this was the only Saturday where it was 4:30 because I had some personal things going on, but next Saturday and every Saturday until September 27th, it will be until 5 it will start at 3:30 and go for at least an hour. So you guys are free to go. Thank you so much for listening to my blabbing mouth because I talk so much. But thank you.
Oh, sorry. I had a question real quick.
Yes,
But,
please.
So like when you were applying, because I found out about QuestBridge my senior year, so I didn't I wasn't able to be like a scholar, QuestBridge scholar from like junior and whatever. So like do you think that gives you like less of a chance, or do you think like being a scholar kind of like boosted you up a little? Because I'm
Can I
like
speak
freaking
on
out.
this one?
Yes, please, Christian.
Okay, so we on our community chats, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, there were an array of students that were the scholars through the college prep scholars and those that weren't. So I will say that college prep scholars, it does help your chances of getting in. I got in, I am not a college prep scholar. So I would not be super concerned about that. You're going to have these other concerns come up, whether being a college prep scholar is going to help you get in, or whether your income will affect your chances of getting in. It is all collective variables put into one bigger applications. So while let's say my income may have not been something, it may have not been good for me versus another student who may have had more need versus what I put on my personal statement, they all take it into different considerations. And college prep scholars, while it is a very significant factor because QuestBridge would have already assessed you as a student, it does not matter in the big run if you get accepted. Again, I was not in the college prep scholars program. I have no experience with it.
Yes, and also Christian, like you, I was not a college prep scholar. Okay, it does not maximize or minimize your chance to get in as a national college match. I personally knew college prep scholars that did not get matched. So it does not matter if you are a college prep scholar, you still have a chance to win a scholarship like this. So yes.
All right, and thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I'm just
Does
thank you
anyone?
for this
Mhm.
opportunity. I'm like really grateful that I found you like on Instagram. I was like scrolling through like the finalists from like different
Mhm.
colleges, and I was like freaking out, like, oh, I don't know who to talk to. But I'm like really grateful that like you're doing this for like students, because this is really helpful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. And I really want, me and Christian really want to see you guys succeed. I really want you to go to a top school, so you don't have to pay any money out of pocket. Student loans or no, because it is not the vibe to get no student loans, get debt out of college. No, it is not. So I'm really concerned about that for you guys.
Feel free to recommend this to other students. Again, this is not for international students that are currently in a primary or secondary school in other countries. This is for United States students only, but feel free to encourage other people, other students to come to this meeting at my small town school. I graduated with a class of 80 students, and we had 3 apply to the QuestBridge program. I was the only finalist. And what matters is having other people on board, especially as close to you as possible, is really going to help. And one of the things that we've discussed here is that, we've had our own personal concerns and doubts, Rachel about your parents, and then me about me not being connected to my parents. You're gonna have these personal concerns. Feel free to talk them out with other people, or if there comes a meeting where we're having a discussion, feel free to express it to us, because the more you talk about it and the more that you become open and more accepting of these are the things that go on, that may be something that you might think to include in your application, and that could be the difference between your finalist position and not finalizing.
Yes, thank you, Christian, so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for showing up for this meeting. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, send me a Instagram DM, send Christian a DM, send me a email, anything about that. And yeah, I will be sending you resources and different stuff. And I will also ask Christian, of course, any resources he has, so this process can be as smooth as possible. So yeah, you guys are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel, for like being vulnerable and sharing your story, because you went through like tough times. And thank you for like taking the time to just hold like these meetings every Saturday, because not a lot of people are like kind enough to do that, because you could be doing other things. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys are free to go.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
y'all next Saturday. Hopefully.
How do you feel?
My bad. It was muted. I feel okay. It went good for my first time.
Yeah.
It went good. It's the first time I've done this.